Hey guys, welcome into my channel. So today I want to try the iMethod eyebrow stamp. I have seen this all over TikTok. I've seen this all over YouTube. I've seen it for years, but they did reach out to me and they said, hey, we'll send you this kit, this set, and see if you would like to try it and feature it on your channels. So of course I immediately said, yes, go ahead, send it to me. I was definitely interested to check it out. For my brows, I really like something natural. I usually just go in with a spoolie. I usually just use like a pencil, preferably waterproof because it's very humid here in Florida, and I just follow their natural shape. I don't use any like waxes or gels on my eyebrows. I usually just let them do what they're gonna do. I usually like a pretty natural brow. So I wanna test this out. I'm pretty excited today. I have never tried this before. I haven't even opened the box. So let's hop in and we'll look at it together. Okay, so this kit says Perfect Eyebrows in Seconds from iMethod Beauty. It is the ultimate brow set. It includes the stencils, the pomade, the sponge brush, the dual-ended spoolie and angled brow brush, and it's all enclosed in a zipper pouch. So let's open this up. So here's the pouch. It's a cute little pouch. Everything is enclosed in here. So you get the pomade, you get the brush, you get the spoolie, and then you get the different stamps. And in the back, you do get directions. This is a 6-step method. It also includes in there how to determine your ideal brow shape, how to wash your sponge, frequently asked questions, customer service, and then some pro tips. So I think I know pretty much from watching the other videos kind of how this works. You definitely want to take the stamps to determine which one fits your eye shape best. And so I think we'll just jump right into it. So in this little package comes the applicator or the sponge and then the spoolie. And on the other end of the spoolie is a small brush tip to kind of apply like thinner strokes if the brow shape isn't perfect or what you want, or just kind of to like clean up maybe the edges. So I have mine in the shade 3, which I think will be pretty good. It looks like a pretty like brown or brunette shade with maybe a little bit of warmth. So the package does come with 10 different stencils. I don't know that these are all unique 10 different stencils or if it's 2 packages and they're labeled 1 through 5. And so there's 5 different stencil shapes. They aren't perforated, so you do have to pop these out. So next is really determining what your brow shape is, and it almost looks like as they get larger in number and they progress maybe a little bit in size, a little bit of variation in the arch. So I'm not really sure which one is going to work best for me. I think I just kind of want to lay it across. I think that one's probably a little bit too thin. So maybe, and then number 2 is also like a very thin stencil. So maybe I'll try number 3. And this one has like a slight arch to it. This looks more like it would fit my brow shape. So I picked up number 4. This one looks like it's long enough for my brow and it has the slight arch to it at the end. And then it has a pretty long like tail. So I think it's thick enough for the front part of my brows. So I'm going to use the stencil number 4. I am going to use the spoolie and just kind of brush them up like I normally would. And the way these work is once you've applied it, they tell you to start from the outer corner and work your way in. And then you take this and you flip it to apply the other brow. So let's go ahead and dip into the pomade. I'm going to take the little sponge and just kind of twirl it in there. It seems like a very, very creamy formula. It came and picked up on the sponge very easily. So I think that's probably good. I'm going to start with this. I'm very excited to test this out. So I'm just going to apply it. I'm going to try and follow my natural brow, and then I'm going to start the stamp from the outer corner and work my way in. This is harder than it looked on some of the other videos that I've seen. Getting it to kind of lay flat on my face is a little bit difficult. And I think I've applied a good amount. It's kind of hard to tell because this isn't really laying flat on my face. And I kind of feel like it's moved a little bit from where I originally placed it. Just dipping back into the pomade a little bit after I kind of shifted the stencil around a bit. All right, let's go ahead and lift it off and see. Okay, I think it's pretty nice. I think that I had a hard time kind of like getting the stamp to lay flat across my face. and maybe this wasn't long enough for what I usually do. I usually go for a pretty long wing. So let's see if I can't like drag this out a little bit more. So that is it applied. I actually think that it's maybe a little bit darker than I normally would go with, but I want to extend the wing a little bit. So I'm just going to take this little brush and like extend the wing out and then kind of sharpen up this edge here. So that is it. I actually think it was quite nice. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Holding the stencil down was a little bit difficult for me. These aren't as pliable as maybe I was kind of hoping for. They're a little bit stiff. Maybe as you use them, they start to get a little bit more pliable. I did get a pretty good like shape overall. I'm gonna say that like I'll probably open the other package because even though it suggests to flip over for the other brow, I don't love that this pomade is sitting there on this side where I would normally lay it on my right side. So I am gonna use the other one instead of flipping this over. Okay, I'm just gonna lay it again. I think that I'm holding this one a little bit better on my right side than I did my left. I'm just gonna go in with the pomade. I'm definitely a little bit more nervous on this side than I was the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. Okay, no, that was actually much better than the last one. All right, I'm a little shocked. I'm gonna go in and kind of extend my wing just a little bit and give a little bit more definition to the front of my brow. I think that came out very nice. I was really surprised. It made me very nervous holding the stencil on and like not being able to kind of see what was happening underneath until you kind of removed the stencil. But I think it was beautiful. I think the color was really nice. I think it was an easy process. The con that I would say to these is that this is just not as pliable as I would like it to be. It's kind of hard to hold on with one hand and then stamp like with the other hand. So I'd like to see if something a little less stiff would work. I think this set would be great for people who don't have like very thick brows. They're kind of sparse. They struggle with following the shape of their natural brow, or they just don't have like a lot of brow. Then I think this would be a really good kit for them. I think it was really easy. I never used to do my brows at all. I would just leave them the way they wore my natural brows. It wasn't until a couple of years ago that I actually started doing my brows and using like brow pencils. And I would say that the hardest part for me when I first started was figuring out like the natural shape of my brow. Like I wasn't sure exactly like what shape I wanted. It took me a while to figure out that I kind of liked a little bit of an arch right here, like in the center of my eyes, that I liked my tail to be a little bit longer. So it took me a while to kind of figure that out. Even like the color of brow pencil that I was using was kind of difficult, like cool tones or warm tones. So I think this was really good for me. I'm not sure if we discussed like shade preference or not, but I think that they did a really good job matching it to my natural hair color. I think that these are like really stark, like it's good definition. You can really see them. They're really popping. I definitely see that there's a market for this. I think for me, I like something that's quick and easy, something that's simple. Like I said, I just follow my natural brow shape. I have pretty good brow definition and my hairs are there so far. I don't know if this is something that I would use on an everyday basis, but depending upon how this formula holds up, that would be the benefit. I think for me is that I'm always looking for something that stays on my brows for a long period of time. And I did really like this pomade. I thought that it was a really good formula. Like it was just easy to apply. I thought that when I was going in to provide like a little bit of definition, I went in like with one stroke and I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. Like it was a really, really good pomade. In terms of the stamps, I'm just not sure that this is something I would use on an everyday basis. I do think it's kind of fun, and I do think that there is a market for it for people who are really looking for, you know, something that's going to give them a good brow shape if they just have pretty sparse brows. So overall, I was really pleased with this. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on, have you tried this product before? Is this something that you would be interested in trying? I would love to hear from you. That is it for me today, you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.